Good morning, Pine Belt. It's Amy Posey with the Morning Commute. We have some big updates for those commuting along I-59, and we also have some heads up for the Memorial Day weekend. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in with those I-59 updates because it's a big one. All right, so we're going to look at, push the wrong button there. 1 second. There's the right one. All right, so we're looking at the MDOT cameras here. So this is I-59 at US 49 looking north. So the big update is that next week on Tuesday, they're going to be moving this to what they call head-to-head traffic. So just to remind you what head-to-head traffic is, that is where one lane crosses the median and it becomes where the two sides travel side by side. So what will happen in this case, that northbound traffic will cross the median just south of the Bowie River Bridge and will travel side by side with the southbound lane of traffic to just south of the Evelyn Gandy Parkway. So I'm going to show you here on the map. It's about a half-mile stretch. So right here, just south of the Bowie River, is where the northbound side will cross. So it's going to cross over right here. So it'll cross over right here to the southbound side, and then they will travel side by side. That's what they call head-to-head configuration. And then that will continue north until right about here where you get to the Evelyn Gandy. So it'll go from about here to about here. It's about a half a mile stretch. Now the lane closure is going to go from about here all the way to up here on the northbound side. Now the southbound side, the lane closure, it goes all the way from here to down almost all the way to US 49 at this point. We also have a big lane closure on the southbound side of 59 starting here about midway down from Monroe Road, north of Evelyn Gandy. So the lane closure starts about here, goes down a bit, then it opens back up to 2 lanes, and then we have another lane closure here. So we have a lot of work picking back up on I-59 at the Evelyn Gandy and US 49. We had a nice, wonderful break on I-59. All right, apologies to those on our other streaming services. For those just joining us on Facebook, I'm Amy Posey with the Morning Commute. We have some major updates on I-59. We're going to go back over those real quick. For those of us on our other streaming services, this will just be another reminder. All right, so the big update on I-59 is that next week, starting Tuesday, they are going to move to head-to-head traffic from US 49 or just north of US 49 to Evelyn Gandy Parkway. So head-to-head configuration, to remind you, that is when both sides of the interstate will move side by side. So, to give you a better look at this, the section of road impacted is going to be here just south of the Bowie River Bridge. So, right here. and it will go all the way up to here just south of the Evelyn Gandy Parkway. And what's going to happen is the northbound lane here is going to cross over to the southbound lane of traffic, and they will travel side by side. So one will be coming this way, the other will be coming this way, side by side for about a half a mile. This is what we had going on at the Sanford Road exit 78 to Moselle Seminary Road exit 80. And we have an update on that too after we get done with this one. So I'll show you on the camera to give you another kind of angle at this. So looking on the camera here, it's a little hard to see, but right up here, you kind of see this white line here. Here, I'm going to actually go to the higher quality video. It's kind of covered by the trees here, but if you see here, looks like there's kind of an opening here, and you can see where this lane closure starts. So this is where the traffic will be moving over from the northbound side to the northbound side. I'll blow that up for you. So here's where the lane closure will start on the northbound side. And right now, until Tuesday, it's just a lane closure. But starting Tuesday, the northbound traffic will cross the median to the southbound side, and then they are going to travel along the southbound side until they get up right here. See that bridge in that distance? That is the Evelyn Gandy. So just south of there, they're going to cross back over to the northbound side. So they'll cross over the median, travel side by side in what we call a head-to-head configuration with the southbound, and then cross back over to the northbound side. So I'm going to go up to the Evelyn Gandy and show you one other angle on this. Get the best one. All right, so they don't have the cameras situated where I can see it too much here. But you do see they are setting out the lane closures here south of the Evelyn Gandy in preparation for this change already. So that is one of our major updates on I-59. All right, so that's one of the major updates. The second major update on I-59 is that we have several lane closures around Evelyn Gandy happening. One is connected to this head-to-head traffic that will start next week. The other one is just alternating lane closures with the ongoing repaving projects, but they're both right there at the Evelyn Gandy, and it's causing built-up congestion, which you could see in the video that I was showing you. So you could see on this camera here, which one was it? So this one right here is a little bit north of the Evelyn Gandy. This bridge right here in the distance is the Evelyn Gandy. So north of Evelyn Gandy, you have one lane closure that is in place as part of the repaving project. So you get some congestion building up north of the Evelyn Gandy. Then you get to the Evelyn Gandy itself, and that opens back up to 4 lanes of traffic, as you can see here. It opens back up to the 4 lanes of traffic. But then south of the Evelyn Gandy, in preparation for the road closures next week and as part of this repaving project, you have another lane closure. So you have lane closures both north of the Evelyn Gandy and south of the Evelyn Gandy. And as you can see from this red here, we already have congestion building up between the Evelyn Gandy and US 49 this morning. So drivers need to allow some extra time to get to where they are going. It was nice having that break while we had it there at US 49 and Evelyn Gandy, but we're going to be in for a little bit more work there as they keep going. Now, the head-to-head traffic that's coming in, going back to that for a second, MDOT does estimate that that'll be in place for about 6 weeks. So we'll just have to be patient for those 6 weeks. All right, the other update on I-59 is that the work that was being done between Sanford Road, exit 78, to Moselle Seminary Road, that was where we had head-to-head traffic, that is now clear. So Moselle Seminary Road, exit 80 to Sanford Road, exit 78 is no longer head-to-head traffic. That is clear. There are still crews in the area clearing up the work and finishing up a few last touches. Mississippi Department of Transportation did ask that drivers use caution in the area and watch for the workers that are there. But it is back to, it is no longer head-to-head traffic. Northbound's on the northbound side, southbound's on the southbound side. So that is one area that the drivers won't have to cross the medians anymore. All right. All right, so those are the major updates along I-59. So just to recap, because I know I threw a lot at you this morning, we have next week, starting Tuesday, there will be head-to-head traffic on I-59 from US 49 to Evelyn Gandy. This will affect both northbound and southbound sides of traffic. Starts Tuesday. Number 2, there are lane closures in the southbound sides of I-59, both north of the Evelyn Gandy and south of the Evelyn Gandy. There is also a lane closure in the northbound side, north of US 49. And number 3, there is no longer head-to-head traffic between Sanford Road, exit 78 to Moselle Seminary Road, exit 80. All right, those 3 things. All right. The other announcement that we had this morning is that it is the start of Memorial Day weekend. We know there's going to be a lot of people on the road. The MDOT and other traffic centers are predicting that it's going to be one of the busiest traffic holiday travel seasons that we have had. So we ask that everybody takes extra time to be cautious. Of course, the county sheriff's offices are doing their annual Click It or Ticket campaign. We have information on that campaign and on the travel holiday on our website, WDAM.com. You can get that information there. All right, so now we're going to jump in and do the rest of our daily updates so you know what is happening around the Pine Belt. All right, in Laurel, we have 2 road closures. The first one is North 15th Avenue, where they are doing sewer and water line work. That is next to Pasquale's. The other one is on West Drive between Green Acres Drive Parkway and Meadowbrook Drive. That is next to the baseball fields. South of Ellisville, Daystown Road is closed between US 11 and the 500 square block or 500 block. We have already gone over the changes on I-59 and looked at the cameras, so we will switch down to US 49. Road work continues near the Forest General Hospital. That road work is between O'Farrell Street and Mamie Street, closing this section here of Adeline Street and the cross street on Camp Street. And of course, there is still the repaving project on US 49 that stretches between US 11 to Roy Tucker Road, just south of US 98. In downtown Hattiesburg, we have the Hall Avenue overpass construction that has closed all of Hall Avenue, Bay Street between Rebecca Avenue and Hall Avenue, and this top part of Old Highway 49. Heading into Petal, River Avenue Bridge is open. However, the section of South Main Street off the bridge is closed, and there is a detour on Dawson Cutoff. The Matthews Branch Bridge on South George Street is still closed. Moving over to Davis Road, they have opened the bridge on Lots Creek along Davis Road, but they are now working on the Dry Prong Creek Bridge on Davis Road. Further east to Reynoldstown, they continue work on Highway 42 between Corinth Church Road and Pumping Station Road. That work is slated to end on June 7th. In West Hattiesburg, we have a road closure on Gravel Pit Road between Bullock Loop and the split in Gravel Pit Road itself. Work also continues on Old Highway 11. Right there. On Old Highway 11 and Old Highway 24, although they are kind of nearing their end between Oak Grove High School, Middle School, and Elementary School. In Columbia, they continue work on the Highway 98 bridge over Pearl River. And then heading up north to Prentice. Highway 184 is closed between Highway 13 and Granby Road. They are replacing the bridge on White Sand Creek. That bridge, that section of 184 is slated to be closed until next summer. All right, we're just going to zoom out for a second, make sure no other alerts have come up. Do also be aware that during the day they have been working on US 49 north of Hattiesburg, kind of in that Covington County area. And alerts do pop up during the day. If you would like to receive those alerts as we get them, you can download the WDAM 7 News app. It is available on iOS and Android. We also have a weather app that is available for download. I'm Amy Posey, and this has been The Morning Commute. I hope you have a safe and wonderful Friday and a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. And to all of our servicemen and women out there, as well as our veterans, I wish you a wonderful Memorial Day and say a prayer for all of those who died in service to our country.